There is a strange truth about the modern world. We are surrounded by endless invitations to escape ourselves. Noise, people, distractions, obligations. Every force outside our walls is designed to pull us out of our own minds. And yet the men who rise above the chaos, the men who build unshakable inner strength, all have one thing in common. They learn to stay home, not as a retreat, but as training. The Stoic philosopher Musonius Rufus once wrote that the most powerful discipline is found not in temples or marketplaces, but in the quiet places where a person confronts his own mind. This is why staying home is not a sign of weakness. It is a deliberate act of self-mastery. It is the decision to step away from a world that thrives on impulsiveness and return to a world where inner order is possible. Because there is a secret most men never learn. The world outside your door can only distract you, but the world inside your room can transform you. 1. Home is where you learn to sit with yourself, and that terrifies most people. Most people cannot sit in silence. They cannot endure their own thoughts without reaching for a screen, a drink, a conversation, or a distraction. They fear solitude because solitude exposes the truth. At home, in the quiet, all the noise inside you rises to the surface. The unfinished dreams, the hidden insecurities, the impulses you've never controlled, the emotional chaos you've never conquered. And here is where the Stoic path begins. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And mastery begins the moment you choose to stay home, not to hide from the world, but to stop hiding from yourself. Staying home forces you to slow your breathing, observe your reactions, and confront the patterns that sabotage your life. You begin seeing the difference between what you want and what you need. You start noticing how much of your stress, anger, and restlessness is self-created. The home becomes your first battlefield, and the enemy is your undisciplined mind. Most people avoid this battle, but we do not. 2. Staying home protects you from the world's most dangerous enemy, emotional influence. The Stoics warned about the dangers of human influence long before modern psychology existed. They understood that the moods of others contaminate us. Their fears infect us. Their impulses steer us. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The things you think about determine the quality of your mind." What he didn't say, but implied, is that the things other people think about can ruin it. Crowds pull you into the chaos of collective emotion. Outings force you to mirror the behavior of those around you. Social settings tempt you toward vanity, comparison, and performative living. But home strips all of that away. There is no audience, no competition, no pressure to become someone else. Here your mind becomes your own again. Here you can think slowly, intentionally, deeply. Here your identity becomes something you craft, not something others shape for you. Staying home does not make you antisocial. It makes you untouchable. 3. Home is where you build the silent power the world never sees until it has to. Every powerful man in history understood one rule. Strength is built in private long before it appears in public. A disciplined body is built at home. A disciplined mind is trained at home. A disciplined spirit is forged at home. While others drain their energy chasing entertainment, you preserve yours. While others scatter their attention everywhere, you gather yours like a blade being sharpened. While others lose themselves in noise, you find yourself in silence. This is the paradox the Stoics understood. Staying home does not shrink your world. It expands your mind. Seneca wrote that a wise man's home is not a prison but a kingdom, a place where he rules himself with clarity, calmness, and inner direction. When you stay home, you deepen your emotional resilience, you learn self-control. You strengthen your focus. You elevate your thoughts, and slowly you transform into the kind of person who moves with intention instead of impulse. The world will eventually see your transformation. They will see the calm, the clarity, the quiet confidence, but they will never see where it was built. Because that part, the most important part, happens at home, behind closed doors. In the sacred space where you fight the invisible battles that determine the course of your life. So, If you choose to stay home, you are not avoiding life, you are preparing for it. 4. Home is where you learn to control what you can and release what you cannot. The world outside is built on unpredictability. People change their moods without warning. Circumstances shift in an instant. Life throws noise, chaos, and expectation at you from every direction. But inside your home, something different happens. You finally gain control over your environment and your reactions. The Stoics taught that true peace comes from mastering what is within your power and letting go of what is not. Staying home becomes the training ground for this truth. Here you decide what enters your mind. Here you choose your habits. Here you build an environment that reflects your values rather than the world's impulses. Marcus Aurelius often wrote at night in private because solitude allowed him to observe the storms inside him and calm them. That same power is available to us when we stay home. We start noticing our emotional triggers. We witness our impatience, our anger, our restlessness. And instead of reacting, we learn to sit with them until they dissolve. At home, we learn the discipline of not chasing every impulse. We learn the strength of not responding to every irritation. We learn the wisdom of separating what is ours from what belongs to fate.